Hello fashion creatives, welcome back to Draft with T-Word. In today's tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to draft a basic and well contoured skirt block. So if you are new on this channel, or if you are a beginner in this fashion game, or even if you have been sewing for long and you want to upgrade your sewing skills, please, this video is a must watch for you. So if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do well to subscribe, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that you not miss out amazing tutorials that I'll be dropping in this year for you. So let's get started. The measurements I'll be using is size 10 measurements, and the waist measurement is 28 inches. The hip measurement is 38 inches. The skirt length is 40 inches. And this waist to hip measurement I'll be using is 8 inches. Please note that your waist to hip ratio is not standard. Don't just assume your client's waist to hip ratio. Be sure to measure your client's waist to hip ratio so that you'll be able to get accurate body measurements. So let's get started. So to get the width of your paper, that's the wideness of your paper, because we are going to be drafting the front pattern and the back pattern together. So to get the width of your paper, you divide your hip measurement divided by 2, then you add 3 inches to it. Connect the lines together. What this actually means that I'm going to be drafting my front pattern and my back pattern here. So the next thing I'm doing is to get the midpoint of this from here to here of the width of my paper. So I'll just try to get the midpoint, then I'll rule it. Then connect the lines together. Then I want to get my top margin. So you get to the top margin. The top margin, I'll just use 1 inch downward. This is indicating where my waist is starting from. So this is it. I'll be drafting my front pattern at this side and I'll be drafting my back pattern here. So let me just label it front and back. So let's get started. So this line, this top margin line, is going to serve as my waistline. So label it waistline, WL, WL. This side is going to, since this is the back pattern as side, this will be my center back, CB, center back, while this will be my center front, CF. So the next thing I'll be getting right now is to get my waist to hip ratio, and the waist to hip ratio I'll be using is 8 inches. Just take notes. I'm trying to draft the front and backs together at the same time. Then you connect. Then label this as the hip line, that's HL. Next measurement I'll be taking is waist to knee measurement, and my waist to knee measurement is 24 inches. I'm just trying to draft both front and back simultaneously together. Then connect the lines together. So I'll label this line as the new line, KL, and this is what KL, the new line. So this is the skirt length, and the skirt length is 40. So this is the skirt length, XL skirt length. So let's start imputing the measurements. The waist I'm using is 28, and 28 divided by 4 is 7 inches, and 7 plus 1 inches for that intake, that's 8 inches. So I will impute it, and don't forget I told us that this is our center front CF. So the measurement is starting from the CF. That's 8 inches. That's for the front. Then for the back, this is the center back. The measurement is starting from here again, and that I'll impute the 8 inches here. The hip is 38. 38 divided by 4 is 9.5. So I'm going to impute my 9.5 here. So the next thing I'll be doing right now, please, I want you to watch closely. On this my hip line, I'll come up by 0.5 inches and come down by 0.5 inches. The reason why I'm doing this is to get the hip area, the curve at the hip area. I don't want it to be too sharp or too pointed. So that's the reason I wanted to get this line. So as we continue, you understand what I mean by this. So just take half an inch up and half an inch down on both the front and the back pattern. So you don't get confused. The purpose of doing this is just to get the hip area, the curve at the hip area. Good. This is the original hip line, don't forget. And so the next thing I'll be doing right now is the hip measurements I took on the original hip line. I'm going to take it at the hip line I drew, the 0.5 line I drew above the hip line. So the hip measurements, I'm going to impute it here again. Please, if you don't understand, you can watch and rewatch again. Then I'll connect it to the waistline. use your curve. Then I'm stopping at this line. This is how it will. You are stopping here. The next thing you do again is the 9.5 that you took on that hip line. You take it to the 0.5 that you took downward again. Then I'm going to connect this line together as a straight line. What this simply means is that let me simplify this and explain again. This is the initial hip line. I take 0.5 upward and 0.5 downward, and on those lines I imputed my hip measurement divided by 4, which is 9.5 on those lines. Then I connect my waistline to the hip, to the 0.5 line that I drew above the hip line. Then I connected the rest straightforward. Just look at it. When you see it, you will understand very clearly. Then I'll do the same on the front line. Please watch carefully. I connect the lines together, a straight line like this. I think this is more understandable like this. Yes. Then I connect the waistline to the 0.5 above the hip line. This is what it looks like. So the next thing we'll be doing right now is we'll be going to our knee line. So you just take your hip measurements. You impute it again on the knee line. Your hip measurements again on the knee line. Then you connect to your hip line. You do likewise to your skirt line. Then connect. If you don't want your skirt to be contoured, you leave it like this, then you cut out. But if you want your skirt to be well contoured, to give you that silhouette, a very fitted shape, you need to contour it. And that's what we are going to do here. We are going to contour on the knee line. On the knee line, you go in by 1.5 inches, or you can go in by 1 inch, depending on how fitted you want your skirt, your pencil skirt to be. So you go in by 1.5 inches on the knee line. That's on both lines. On this line. Then you connect it back to your hip line, and where we are connecting it back to is that 0.5 line that you drew below your initial hip line. So this, just look closely. If you don't understand, please drop your question in the comment section. I'll reply you. Can you see? This is the 1.5 inches that I took inwards. Then I will do so in the front block. Can you see? So the next thing I'll be doing is I'm going to take this downward to my skirt length. So I'm going to take that same 1.5 on my skirt length too. Then I'll draw the line downward. So So this is what you get at the end of the day when contouring. So the next thing, then we'll go back to the waistline. The waistline, we are going to be contouring the waistline. On the waistline are the side seam of the waistline. This is the side front and this is the side back. Please, I want you to take note when labeling. So this is the side front and this is the side back. So on that side front, you go up on your waistline, you go up by 0.5. The reason why we are doing this is to ensure that our skirt is sitting very well on the waistline, that there is no bulginess at any aspect on the skirt. Even when you wear it, it's just sitting perfectly on your body. So when you go up with 0.5 upward, then you connect like this. Just leave this like this. Then on the back block, you go up again by 0.5 to 0.5, then you connect like this. So the next thing I'll be doing is to get my dart intake. To get your dart intake, you can use your nipple to nipple measurement, or you divide your front pattern by 2. But I prefer to use my nipple to nipple measurement, so that joining it with my front block, it is going to align with the style line on my front block. So I'll be using my nipple to nipple measurement. My nipple to nipple measurement is 8. 8 divided by 2, that's 4. So I'll just, from the center front, I'm measuring from the center front, then I'll measure my 4 inches. The length of my dart in the front is 4 inches. So just measure it 4 inches, then I'll connect together. So I added 1 inches for that intake in the front, then I'll divide it by 2, that's 0.5, 0.5 on both sides of the dart. Then I'll connect. So this is what it looks like. So on the center front of the front, you are going to come down by 0.5 to 1 inches, depending on how big your tummy is, so that the skirt will sit perfectly on your body, so that there will not be bulginess around your tummy area. So I'll be coming down by, you can come down by 1 inches or 0.5 or 0.75 is perfectly fine. So I'll be coming down by 0.5 inches just to contour the front aspect of the skirt. Can you see? Then I will connect this 0.5 inches I took upward on the waistline to hit. Please, I want you to look at it closely. Can you see? This is what it looks like. Then you go back to the back. On the back, we are going to take our dart intake of 4 inches width. Then the length of my dart in the back is longer than my front. So for my dart at the back, I usually use length 5 inches to 6 inches. But for the course of this tutorial, I'll be using 5 inches. Then you connect. Then I'll use I will take my dart of 0.5, 0.5, that's making 1 inches, then connect it together. So this is what it looks like. So on the back, the 0.5 inches I took onward in this waistline, I'm going to blend it to the dart in the back line like this, in this waist area. So I'll just blend it like as seen like this. So this is what it looks like. we are almost done. We are done with the front pattern. So at the knee line, I'm going to come inward by 1 inches. At the knee line, at the center back, come inward by 1 inches and connect it to this line, to this point. Can you see? 1 inches inward at the knee line and connect it to this point. But if you don't want your back area, that's your bum area, to be contoured, you can just leave the pattern like this and cut it out. But if you want it to be well contoured and fitted, please you do this. Then you connect it as seen like this. This is what it looks like. Then you connect, you just roll this line downward. So I prefer to just measure the 1 inches again at the skirt length so that I won't have any issue. Then you just connect it a straight line downward. So the last thing we'll be doing right now at the back aspect is the zipper contouring, so that your zipper area will not be bulging, so that it will sit perfectly on your cloth. At the zipper side, that's on the waist side, you come inward by 0.5 inches. You contour the zipper area by 0.5 inches. Just take it here like this, 0.5 inches. Then you connect it to this point. So this is how your well contoured skirt is at the end of the day. Then you can now start adding your zipper allowance. Okay, let me quickly do that so that you understand better. My zipper allowance that I'll be using is 1 inches. Then I will start measuring from this line, because I'm contouring. When I say contouring, that means I'm taking away so that it will give a perfect fit. So because I've taken this side away, I'm starting my zipper measurement from this place. So my zipper measurement I'll be using is 1 inches. Then all through. So all these places I've contoured, I've taken this aspect, this side away. So I'm starting my zipper allowance measurements from here. 0.5, 1.5, 1.5. So then you connect. So you label it, this is the zipper allowance. Then you label zipper allowance. So all this line that I'm dotting out, we are cutting them away. All these lines I'm dotting out, we are cutting away. Just watch the video all over and over again and keep trying. Practice make perfect. Once you keep trying, you get it. There is no special thing there. Just keep trying. You'll see that in no time you become a pro. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. And if you've not subscribed, please do well to subscribe. Invite your friends, let them watch, let them learn. Please help me share these videos to people, and God bless you. Thank you, and see you in the next video. Bye.